one of the major themes of the book is to live a life of connection, not perfection. And in the book, I describe how we are made for connection because God created us in His image, and we're linked to Him through just the love that He has for us, and to give Him glory. That's really how we're connected. That's our purpose in life. And so when you think of Scripture and being connected, how do you connect with God on, just in every day, and how do you connect with Him even through hospitality and being with your people?
I do think connection is essential, both to our relationship with God and our relationship to other people. And for me, the non-negotiable in my life to have a really thriving sense of connection to the Lord is to spend time one-on-one, both in His Word and in prayer. I'll confess that I struggle with it sometimes. The busyness of life encroaches and makes it really hard. Yeah, we're always fighting to get through the list and get the next thing done. And when there's no sense of immediate accountability, like nobody's going to slap my hand if I don't show up for my quiet time gets bumped off the list for the thing that I feel like I've got to make it to. But those seasons of life where I do make time for that and I am consistent, I see the fruits of it. And the fruits of it are a greater sense of peace.
I was about to say, peace is what I feel every time I connect with God. It kind of brings me back to that center.
Absolutely.
And I think that's with being perfect and this desire for perfection, that's the wholeness that we're really longing for.
That's right.
And that's how it is fulfilled, I think, right now.
Absolutely. And those seasons where I find myself feeling a lack of peace, I can almost always trace it back to a lack of discipline in really seeking Him, and keeping my focus on Him. And I realize, sort of retrospectively, many times I'll look back over my shoulder. How did I get here? How did I get here? And more often than not, step one of getting to that place of no peace was kind of veering off of that path.
But thankfully, we can get back on it.
We can.
And
He's right there waiting for us every time we realize that we've wandered a little bit. And what a blessing that is. It's like coming home to a big warm hug when you sit back down and you spend that time again with the Lord. And I always feel silly because I'm like, why wasn't I fighting harder for this all along? This is where I need to be. This is what feels right. And then in terms of my relationship with friends, I think that connection is very similar. You need quality time to relate to one another. And again, sometimes that happens in the context of entertaining in a more formal way. But most often in my life, I find that it is just slowing down enough to have meaningful conversation where I have the margin available to truly listen. To truly listen to what my friend is telling me and
not have a million things going on in your head. Distracting you.
Exactly. To give someone my full focus. Phone put away, other distractions pushed back, and really be able to listen to that person's heart. Because so often what I think friends are trying to share with us, they don't even really have the words to communicate, and you do have to be fully focused to see between the lines, to see the subtext.
Layers and the depth.
That's right. So those moments where we can sort of push the world back and create a safe space for someone to come into our little friendship holy of holies and huddle up with us, that's a special thing. And it bears good fruit.
It's what we all want.
That's right.
Thank you.